Have you ever stopped to wonder whether one of the most familiar daily habits could actually be working against you after the age of 70? For most of our lives, we've been told that taking a bath or shower every day is the key to staying clean and healthy. It feels like common sense. The more often you bathe, the better you care for your body, right? But what if that belief isn't entirely true anymore? As we grow older, our skin, muscles, and balance all change in ways many people never realize. A bathing routine that once felt perfectly normal at age 40 or 50 may not be the healthiest choice decades later. In fact, for some older adults, bathing too often may contribute to dry, fragile skin, increase the risk of slips and falls, and even make everyday life more tiring than it needs to be. In today's video, we'll explore what many seniors are never told. How often experts suggest older adults should really bathe, simple ways to stay fresh without putting unnecessary stress on the body, and practical habits that can help protect your skin, reduce the risk of infection, and make the bathroom a much safer place. Before we begin, if you enjoy learning simple, practical ways to stay healthy and independent as you age, we'd love to have you join our community. Please take a moment to subscribe, give this video a like, and if you're ready to discover something that may completely change the way you think about personal hygiene, share your city, state, or country in the comments below. It's always wonderful to see people from all around the world coming together to support healthier, happier aging. Now, let's get started. Number 1, daily baths can harm senior skin. Let's begin with something that surprises many older adults. After the age of 70, your skin is no longer the same skin you had 20 or 30 years ago. Even if you feel healthy and active, your skin has been quietly changing over time. And those changes can make a daily hot shower much less beneficial than it once was. Many people assume that wrinkles are the biggest sign of aging skin. In reality, what happens beneath the surface matters much more. As the years pass, the outer layer of the skin gradually becomes thinner, making it less resistant to everyday friction and environmental stress. At the same time, your body produces less collagen and elastin, the two proteins responsible for keeping skin firm, flexible, and resilient. The oil glands that once kept your skin naturally moisturized become less active, and sweat production also decreases. While that may sound like a small difference, it means your skin has a much harder time holding onto moisture and protecting itself from the outside world. This is where a long, hot shower every day can begin to create problems. Hot water may feel soothing, especially if you wake up with stiff joints or aching muscles. But it also washes away the small amount of natural oil your skin still produces. When this happens repeatedly, your skin loses one of its most important protective barriers. Instead of staying soft and comfortable, it gradually becomes dry, rough, and increasingly sensitive. Perhaps you've noticed that your arms seem itchier than they used to, or that your legs feel tight after a shower. Maybe you've even seen small flakes of dry skin on your clothes or tiny cracks around your hands during the winter months. These changes aren't simply a normal part of getting older. They can also be signs that your skin is being stripped of more moisture than it can replace. Consider the experience of Margaret, a 74-year-old retiree who loved ending each evening music with a steaming hot shower. She believed it helped her relax before bed, yet, over time, she found herself waking in the middle of the night because her skin felt unbearably itchy. She tried different soaps and lotions, assuming they were the problem. It wasn't until her health care provider suggested shortening her showers, lowering the water temperature, and bathing less frequently that she noticed a remarkable difference. Within a few weeks, her skin felt calmer, She slept more comfortably, and the constant urge to scratch had almost disappeared. When the skin becomes excessively dry, the effects go beyond discomfort. Tiny cracks can develop, creating openings where bacteria may enter more easily. For older adults, particularly those living with diabetes, poor circulation, or weakened immune music systems, even a small break in the skin deserves attention. Constant itching can interrupt sleep, make it difficult to concentrate on enjoyable activities, and leave you feeling irritated throughout the day. Something as simple as putting on a sweater or sitting through a favorite movie can become surprisingly uncomfortable when your skin never seems to stop itching. As your body changes, your daily routines may need to change as well. For many seniors, bathing too often, especially with very hot water, may actually do more harm than good. Part 2. Less bathing may lower the risk of infection. Most of us were raised to believe that more washing always means fewer germs. That idea makes sense when we think about cleaning our hands, preparing food, or caring for an open wound. But aging skin has different needs. When the protective surface of the skin becomes thin and fragile, washing the entire body too frequently can sometimes weaken the very barrier that helps keep harmful bacteria out. You may have noticed that older skin bruises or tears more easily than it once did. A watch band that feels slightly tight, the edge of a cardboard box, or even removing a small adhesive bandage can leave a mark. This happens because the skin is thinner, less elastic, and not as firmly supported by the tissue underneath it. The healing process also becomes slower with age. Blood circulation may not deliver oxygen and nutrients to damaged skin as efficiently as before, and the body's repair systems may take longer to respond. As a result, a tiny crack or scrape that once healed within a few days may remain irritated for much longer. Frequent bathing can add to this problem in several ways. Hot water removes protective oils, soap can leave the skin dry, and vigorous rubbing with a washcloth or towel may create small injuries that are almost impossible to see. Each one may appear insignificant, but together they can leave the skin more vulnerable. Imagine Frank, a 79-year-old widower who took a shower every morning and scrubbed his arms and legs firmly because he wanted to feel completely clean. One afternoon, his daughter noticed a small red patch near his elbow. Frank had not felt any pain and could not remember injuring himself, so he ignored it. Over the next few days, the area became warmer and more tender. His doctor later explained that a tiny break in the music dry skin had likely allowed bacteria to enter. Frank did not need to give up bathing. He simply needed a gentler routine. He began taking shorter showers 2 or 3 times a week, using lukewarm water and a mild cleanser only where it was truly needed. On the other days, he used a soft, damp cloth to clean his face, underarms, feet, and other areas where sweat or odor could collect. He also stopped scrubbing his skin and began patting himself dry instead of rubbing with a towel. This kind of targeted cleaning can often maintain good hygiene without exposing the entire body to water and soap every day. The hands, face, underarms, groin, and feet may need regular attention, but that does not automatically mean the arms, back, chest, and legs require a complete wash each morning. Of course, individual needs matter. A senior who exercises, works outdoors, experiences heavy sweating, or lives with incontinence may need more frequent cleaning. Wounds, rashes, swelling, warmth, unusual pain, or spreading redness should always be evaluated by a healthcare professional. The larger lesson is simple. Preventing infection is not only about washing germs away, It is also about keeping the skin strong enough to block them from entering. For many older adults, protecting that natural barrier with fewer full baths, gentler products, and careful spot cleaning may be safer than bathing too often. Number 3, falls are a bigger threat than dirt. For many older adults, the bathroom is one of the most dangerous rooms in the entire home. At first glance, it may not seem threatening. The room is small, familiar, and used every day. But once water, soap, and steam are added, even a simple shower can become physically demanding. A wet floor offers very little traction, while soap residue can make the surface even more slippery. Steam may fog mirrors and shower doors, making it harder to see edges, steps, or objects on the floor. Balance also changes with age. The muscles in the legs and core may become weaker, reaction time may slow down, and the inner ear may not provide the same sense of stability it once did. Inside a shower, a person may need to lift one foot to wash it, turn around in a narrow space, reach above the head, or close the eyes while rinsing shampoo. Each movement briefly shifts the body's center of balance. Hot water can create an additional problem. It may cause blood vessels to widen, which can temporarily lower blood pressure. For someone who already takes blood pressure medication or becomes dizzy when standing, this sudden change can lead to lightheadedness. A person may feel perfectly well when entering the bathroom, then become unsteady after several minutes under a hot shower. Consider Dorothy, an active 81-year-old who had lived alone for many years. One morning, she stepped into the shower before eating breakfast. The water was hotter than usual, and after several minutes, she began to feel weak. When she turned to reach for the soap, her foot slid slightly. She managed to catch the wall and avoided falling, but the experience frightened her. Until that moment, she had never thought of bathing as a risk. Not every older adult is fortunate enough to catch themselves. A fall in the bathroom can result in a broken wrist, a hip fracture, or a serious head injury. Recovery may involve surgery, weeks of rehabilitation, and a temporary move away from home. In some cases, the physical injury heals, but confidence does not return as quickly. A person may begin avoiding the shower, walking less, or relying on family members for activities they once handled independently. That loss of confidence can gradually affect independence. After one frightening fall, even getting dressed or walking to the kitchen may feel less secure. The problem is no longer just the injury itself. It is the fear that it could happen again. This is why reducing the number of full showers can sometimes be a practical safety decision rather than a sign of poor hygiene. On non-shower days, a warm washcloth can be used music to clean the areas that need the most attention, including the face, underarms, groin, feet, and skin folds. This allows an older adult to remain fresh without repeatedly entering a wet and slippery space. The bathroom itself can also be made much safer. Secure grab bars should be installed where they can support a person's full weight, especially near the entrance and inside the shower. A non-slip mat can provide better traction, while a shower chair allows someone to wash without standing for long periods. Keeping soap, towels, and shampoo within easy reach also reduces unnecessary bending and stretching. Good lighting music is equally important. The floor should remain clear of loose rugs, clothing, and other objects that could become tripping hazards. Whenever possible, the bathroom door should be easy to open from the outside in case assistance is needed. Being slightly less than perfectly scrubbed for one day is rarely a serious threat. A fall, however, can change an older person's health, confidence, and independence in a matter of seconds. The lesson is not to fear bathing, but to approach it differently. After 70, staying safe on your feet may be far more important than taking a full shower every single day. Number 4, your body has its own cleaning system. Many people think the body stays clean only because we wash it, but the truth is more interesting. Your skin is not a lifeless surface waiting to collect dirt. It is an active organ with its own natural systems for protecting, renewing, and balancing itself every day. One of those systems is the skin microbiome. This is the community of tiny microorganisms that naturally live on the surface of your body. The word bacteria often sounds harmful, but many of these organisms are helpful. They compete with unwanted germs, support the skin's defenses, and help maintain the slightly acidic environment that healthy skin needs. Your skin also produces a thin layer of natural oil. This oil helps trap moisture, reduces friction, and forms part of the barrier that keeps irritants from entering. After age 70, the body produces less of it, which makes every remaining bit even more valuable. At the same time, the skin is constantly renewing itself. Old cells gradually loosen and fall away, while newer cells rise toward the surface. This process happens quietly without any scrubbing or harsh cleansing. In other words, your body is already doing a great deal of the cleaning on its own. Problems can begin when we interfere too aggressively with this balance. Long showers, strong soaps, antibacterial products, and frequent scrubbing may remove far more than sweat or odor. They can wash away protective oils and disturb the helpful microorganisms that live on the skin. Imagine a garden where every plant, insect, and microorganism plays a role. If everything is stripped away in the name of making the garden perfectly clean, the soil may become weaker rather than healthier. Skin can respond in a similar way when its natural balance is disturbed. Dryness, burning, redness, or itching may appear more easily. A younger person may use a strong cleanser and feel normal again within a short time. Senior skin may remain dry and irritated for days. Repeating the same routine every morning can prevent the protective barrier from fully recovering. Some people also reach for antibacterial soap because it sounds safer. But unless there is a specific medical reason to use it, stronger does not always mean better. Removing too many helpful organisms may leave the skin less balanced and more sensitive to irritation. This does not mean you should ignore visible dirt, sweat, or odor. It means cleanliness should be gentle and targeted. Mild soap can be used on areas that need it most, while plain lukewarm water may be enough for other parts of the body. Scrubbing is rarely necessary, especially when the skin is thin or already dry. The body is not asking you to do nothing. It is asking you not to work against it. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to support the natural systems already in place instead of constantly stripping them away. After 70, less interference can often mean stronger skin, better comfort, and a more stable protective barrier. Part 5. Experts say once or twice a week is often enough. In fact, many healthcare professionals, including dermatologists and geriatric specialists, agree that for healthy seniors with normal daily activities, bathing once or twice a week is often enough to maintain good hygiene while protecting the skin. That recommendation may sound unusual because many of us grew up believing that a daily shower was simply part of being healthy. For decades, it became a routine that few people ever questioned. But healthy aging is not about doing everything the same way forever. It is about adapting your habits as your body changes. The ideal bathing schedule depends on several important factors. First, consider your overall health. Someone recovering from surgery, living with certain skin conditions, or experiencing urinary or bowel incontinence may require more frequent cleansing. On the other hand, a healthy older adult who spends most of the day indoors may not need a full shower every day. Your level of physical activity also matters. If you enjoy gardening, exercise regularly, or spend time outdoors in warm weather, you may sweat more and naturally need to bathe more often. But if your daily routine involves reading, relaxing at home, or taking short walks around the neighborhood, your skin is likely collecting much less sweat and dirt than you might imagine. Your living environment is another consideration. People living in hot, humid climates often need more frequent washing than those living in cooler or drier regions. Seasonal changes can also make a difference. During the winter months, when indoor heating dries the air, frequent hot showers may leave aging skin even more dehydrated. Rather than following a rigid schedule, many experts recommend a simpler approach. A full bath or shower once or twice a week may be enough for many seniors, while the areas that naturally collect perspiration and bacteria can be cleaned every day. The face, hands, underarms, groin, feet, and skin folds can be gently washed with a soft washcloth, warm water, and a mild cleanser. This routine helps maintain cleanliness without exposing the entire body to soap and hot water every day. As we grow older, our routine should evolve with us. Holding on to habits simply because that's how we've always done it may not always serve our health. Listening to your body, protecting your skin, and choosing a bathing routine that matches your lifestyle is often far more beneficial than following an outdated daily schedule. If this information has changed the way you think about bathing after 70, let us know by leaving a 2 in the comments below. I'd love to know you're still watching, and your may encourage someone else to rethink a habit that could improve both their comfort and their health. Part 6. Daily baths can exhaust seniors. Bathing may appear to be a simple part of the day, but for many older adults, it is a physically demanding activity. A shower requires much more than standing under running water. It involves walking across a slippery room, removing clothing, stepping over an edge, reaching different parts of the body, washing the hair, drying off, and getting dressed again. Each of these movements uses strength, balance, flexibility, and coordination. Muscle mass naturally decreases with age, particularly in the legs, hips, and core. These muscles are essential for standing safely and maintaining balance. When they become weaker, remaining upright throughout an entire shower can feel like a workout. By the time the person finishes, their legs may feel shaky, and they may need to sit down simply to recover. Hot water can make the experience even more tiring. Heat causes blood vessels to widen, which may lower blood pressure and leave someone feeling light, headed, or weak. The heart may also need to work harder to keep blood circulating properly, especially in a warm, steamy room. For seniors with heart or circulation problems, a long, hot shower may result in unusual fatigue, a racing heartbeat, or shortness of breath. Joint pain creates another challenge. Washing the lower legs and feet requires bending, while cleaning the back or hair involves reaching and lifting the arms. For someone living with arthritis, stiffness, or limited shoulder movement, these ordinary actions may become uncomfortable and exhausting. Consider Arthur, an 80-year-old who insisted on showering every morning because he had followed the same routine throughout his adult life. Often felt tired afterward, but assumed it was simply part of getting older. On shower days, he sometimes skipped his afternoon walk because his knees hurt and his energy had already disappeared. He also noticed that preparing lunch felt more difficult, so he often settled for something quick rather than making a balanced meal. When his occupational therapist asked about his daily routine, Arthur finally realized how much energy bathing was taking from him. He reduced full showers to a few times a week and used a warm washcloth for daily cleaning. He also added a shower chair and replaced his fixed shower head with a handheld one. Within a short time, bathing felt safer and less exhausting, and he had more strength left for walking, cooking, and visiting neighbors. A shower chair can make an enormous difference because it removes the need to stand for the entire bath. Sitting also reduces strain on painful joints and lowers the chance of becoming unsteady. A handheld shower head allows water to be directed exactly where it is needed without excessive bending, reaching, or turning. Keeping the shower brief and using comfortably warm, rather than very hot water, can further reduce fatigue. It may also help to bathe at a time of day when energy levels are highest, rather than early in the morning when stiffness is worse, or late in the evening when the body is already tired. Seniors who experience repeated dizziness, chest discomfort, or unusual shortness of breath during bathing should discuss these symptoms with a health care professional. Energy is a limited resource, especially in later life. Spending too much of it on one routine can leave less strength for the activities that support independence and bring meaning to the day. Eating well, exercising, keeping medical appointments, and connecting with other people may all be more important than taking a full bath every morning. Number 7. Hygiene is not just about bathing. One of the most important ideas to remember is that good hygiene and taking a full bath are not the same thing. Bathing is only one part of personal care, and after 70, it may not always be the most practical or safest way to stay fresh every day. There are many simple alternatives that can maintain cleanliness without requiring an older adult to stand in a slippery shower. Music bend repeatedly or use large amounts of energy. A soft washcloth or a gentle fragrance-free cleansing wipe can be used to clean the underarms, groin, feet, skin folds, and other areas where sweat or odor tends to collect. These areas usually need more attention than the arms, back, or legs. For seniors with sensitive skin, a damp cloth with lukewarm water may be more comfortable than heavily scented wipes. The skin should be cleaned gently rather than scrubbed, then carefully dried, especially between the toes and within skin folds, where trapped moisture may cause irritation. Hand washing remains one of the most important hygiene habits at any age. Washing the hands after using the bathroom, before preparing food, before eating, and after coughing or blowing, the nose can reduce the spread of germs far more effectively than taking an unnecessary full body shower. Oral hygiene is equally important. Brushing the teeth twice a day, cleaning dentures properly, and keeping the mouth moist can help prevent discomfort, bad breath, and dental problems. An older adult may have freshly washed skin, but if oral care is neglected, an essential part of daily hygiene is still missing. Changing into clean clothing can also create an immediate sense of freshness. Underwear and socks should usually be changed every day, while shirts, pajamas, and other garments can be replaced as needed. Clean clothes remove accumulated sweat and odor without placing any stress on the skin or requiring a trip into the shower. Deodorant may help control underarm odor, while dry shampoo can refresh the hair between regular washes. Dry shampoo should be used moderately and according to the instructions because too much product can build up on the scalp. Brushing the hair and occasionally wiping the scalp with a damp cloth may also help someone feel more comfortable. Hygiene should never become a test of endurance. A routine that works for one person may be completely unsuitable for another. Mobility, skin condition, bladder control, cognitive health, personal preferences, and available assistance should all be considered. The goal is not to achieve an unrealistic standard of perfect cleanliness. It is to remain comfortable, healthy, socially music confident, and safe. Personal care should adapt to the individual, not force the individual to struggle with a routine that no longer suits their body. If you agree that hygiene should be flexible and based on each person's abilities, leave a 3 in the comments below. Your response may help another older adult realize that changing a lifelong bathing routine is not giving up. It is a smarter way of caring for themselves. Growing older does not mean giving up cleanliness. It means learning to care for your body in a wiser, gentler, and safer way. For many seniors, bathing every day may not be necessary. In some cases, it can dry the skin, disturb its natural protection, increase the risk of falls, and use up valuable energy. A routine built around fewer full showers, gentle daily cleaning, clean clothes, oral care, and a safer bathroom may be far more suitable. The most important lesson is simple. Do not follow an old habit just because you have always done it that way. Listen to your body, consider your health and mobility, and choose a routine that helps you feel clean without causing discomfort or exhaustion. Music, which of these 7 facts surprised you the most? Share your answer in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more practical advice on living a healthier, safer, and more independent life after 70. Remember, taking better care of yourself does not always mean doing more. Sometimes it means doing less.